February 4th, 2010 was the last time anyone heard from the McStay family. A seemingly ordinary day in the quiet village of Fallbrook quickly turned into a chilling mystery when the entire family vanished without a trace. No warnings, no goodbyes, just a family gone, leaving behind nothing but questions. What followed was a search that would shock the nation and unravel a dark, unexpected truth. As authorities scrambled to investigate how an entire family vanished and the hunt to uncover what really happened intensified, the mystery only deepened. This is the heartbreaking and mysterious case of the McStay family. Joseph and Summer McStay had two sons, Gianni and Joseph Matteo. In late November 2009, the family relocated to Fallbrook, California, in search of a new beginning in a peaceful and close-knit neighborhood. At the time, Joseph was 40 and Summer was 43. Their sons were very young, with Gianni being 4 and Joseph Jr. only 3 at the time, making them a relatively young family. To the outside world, they appeared to be a picture-perfect family, full of love, hope, and the promise of a bright future together. Joseph ran a successful decorative water fountain company called Earth-Inspired Products, alongside his business partner Charles Merritt, also known as Chase, a welder who assisted in the construction. Summer, meanwhile, was a real estate agent and a dedicated mother. Their professions perfectly complemented each other, which was especially beneficial in a small town like Fallbrook, where everyone knew each other and word of mouth was key to growing a business, creating a balance that worked well for them. They were hard-working, raising their family with love, joy, and a simple lifestyle. With 2 young children and no obvious struggles, there seemed little reason for the couple to vanish without a trace. Yet, that's exactly what happened. However, as it was common for Joseph and Summer to take their kids on short trips, their absence didn't raise alarms for the first few days. On the fateful day of February 4th, 2010, the busy McStay family started their day like any other. Joseph spoke to his father, Patrick, mentioning he was in a rush for a lunch meeting, while Summer was busy with some home projects and chatting with her sister, who had just welcomed a new baby. Everything seemed normal until 5:47 p.m., when all contact ceased. Suddenly, there was no activity on their credit cards, and the family disappeared without a trace, leaving their 5-bedroom home and 2 pet dogs in the backyard. It was as if they just went poof. You don't know what to think, Joseph's mother, Susan Blake, recalled during an episode of Killer Motive, hosted by Emmy Award-winning journalist Troy Roberts. On February 13th, Joseph's younger brother, Michael, decided to visit the McStay home after family members had been unable to reach Joseph and Summer for several days. He discovered an open window and entered, finding the house empty. However, their 2 dogs, Bear and Digger, were left unattended in the backyard, which was unusual for the family. Inside, Michael noticed rotting food in the kitchen and found Summer's prescription sunglasses still in the house, further suggesting that the McStays had not gone on a trip as initially thought. A few days later, after exhausting all other options, Michael filed a missing persons report with the San Diego County Sheriff's Department, prompting an official search for his brother's family. When authorities combed through the house, they found no signs of a struggle or forced entry, and nothing of value appeared to be missing. There were no indications of a robbery or foul play. However, the investigation took a twist when it was revealed that the McStays' white 1996 Isuzu Trooper had been towed from a parking lot near the Mexico border on February 8th. Further digging uncovered multiple searches related to travel to Mexico on the family's computer, leading authorities to suspect that Joseph and Summer may have taken their children across the border for a getaway, shrouding the entire situation in mystery and leaving loved ones grasping for answers. The San Diego Sheriff's Department released footage of a family that bore a striking resemblance to the McStays, crossing the Mexico border, igniting a flicker of hope. However, Joseph's mother quickly dismissed it, noting that the man in the video walked differently than her son. Relatives voiced their skepticism, recalling how the young family had always been apprehensive about crossing the border due to the ongoing drug wars. Speculation swirled like a storm. Rick Baker, a radio host, delved deep into the mystery, even penning a book on the family's baffling disappearance. He claimed to have followed leads and traveled to South American countries, asserting that the McStays had been spotted multiple times, leaving everyone wondering if hope remained alive or if the truth was far more sinister. However, all of these theories would ultimately be proven false. On November 11th, 2013, nearly 4 years after the McStay family's mysterious disappearance, an off-road motorcyclist stumbled upon the skull and remains of 4 individuals in a California desert, approximately 100 miles from their home. Detectives quickly arrived at the scene and uncovered 2 shallow graves, each containing 1 adult and 1 child. It was later confirmed that 2 sets of remains belonged to Joseph and Summer McStay, revealing the heartbreaking truth that the entire family had been dead and buried in the desert. A sledgehammer was also discovered at the site, later identified as the weapon used in the brutal murders. Although the remains had deteriorated beyond the recovery of useful DNA, dental records confirmed the identities of Joseph, Summer, Gianni, and Joseph Jr., with their cause of death determined to be blunt force trauma. Everything now pointed to murder. But who could commit such a heinous act against an entire family with seemingly no enemies to drive them to such extremes? As the investigation unfolded, the motive became clear. It was rooted in greed for money, and the last known person to see the McStays was Joseph's business partner, Charles Merritt, who quickly emerged as the prime suspect and the focal point of the investigation. Delving deeper revealed troubling evidence that cast suspicion on Charles. In the days leading up to their disappearance, email exchanges indicated that Joseph was planning to sever ties with Charles due to his financial mismanagement and outstanding debts to business associates. Additionally, Charles had a criminal history, including felony convictions for various offenses, one of which involved stealing $32,000 worth of equipment from a welding and drilling company back in 2001. During questioning, Chase openly admitted that he had spent an hour with the McStay family, asserting, "I definitely was the last person to see them." His unwavering confidence in this statement alone raised eyebrows, but it was his unsettling habit of referring to the McStays in the past tense during the conversation that truly sent alarms ringing. When pressed about this choice of words, he could only respond with uncertainty, leading to chilling speculation. Perhaps he already knew they were dead. As if that weren't enough to spark concern, he had also signed checks to himself from the family business account in the days following their disappearance, casting an even darker shadow over his involvement and raising countless red flags. The police had identified a motive, but now they needed undeniable evidence to link Charles to the murders. During their investigation, they searched the McStay family's car for DNA and discovered his genetic material inside. In the aftermath of the family's disappearance, he had gone on a reckless gambling spree with the money he had cashed out from the family business account, quickly losing most of it. Law enforcement also delved into his personal life and uncovered a troubling picture. Charles was drowning in financial difficulties due to his gambling addiction and owed Joseph tens of thousands of dollars for shoddy work from 2009. Additionally, he had been forging checks from Joseph's account. Although Joseph had shown leniency in the past, he had finally reached his breaking point, and the strain between them was palpable. Charles's cell phone records revealed that he was in the vicinity where the bodies were found years later. Investigators speculated that he had killed the family and disposed of their bodies in the desert. To mislead detectives, he then drove the family's vehicle to San Isidro and abandoned it. In a further attempt to divert attention, he conducted multiple searches related to Mexico on Summer's computer. In January 2014, Charles publicly announced that he was considering writing a book about the family, claiming he would explore Summer's anger issues and how they contributed to Joseph suffering from an unspecified illness. While there might have been some truth to the notion that Joseph was unwell, those close to the family confirmed that Summer had no connection to his health problems. On November 5th, 2014, Charles was arrested and charged with 4 counts of murder. Struggling to find a steady attorney, the case faced numerous delays as he repeatedly fired his defense team. By February 2016, he had cycled through 5 different attorneys and had even considered representing himself. Ultimately, after all the turmoil, a jury convicted him of all 4 murders. On July 10th, 2019, a San Bernardino County jury found Charles Merritt guilty of murdering each member of the McStay family. Evidence suggested that Charles had tortured his victims before taking their lives, prompting the district attorney to pursue the death penalty. Upon appeal, a superior court upheld the death sentence, and as of the latest information, Charles is on death row at California's San Quentin. Driven by greed for just a few $1,000s, he had callously taken the lives of the innocent family of 4, carrying the weight of his crime for nearly a decade until his death sentence on January 21st, 2020. It is both tragic and heart-wrenching what the victims of this story endured at the hands of this monster. As we look back on this painful story, our hearts go out to the victims whose lives were cut short and to the loved ones left grieving their loss. If you found this video compelling, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.